Life is one big gratitude test. So wait for the problem to arrive, then show how grateful you are in that moment. Not when everything is going right, not when the money is coming in, the relationships are thriving, and the days are easy. Anyone can be grateful then. That requires nothing, that costs nothing, that builds nothing. The real test arrives in disguise. It arrives as the thing you didn't ask for. The diagnosis, the betrayal, the failure, the loss. The door that closes in your face after you gave everything you had. That moment, right there, is where your character is being measured. That moment is the exam. And most people fail it not because they are weak, but because they never understood what the test was actually asking. It is not asking you to pretend the pain isn't real. It is not asking you to smile through suffering. It is asking you one question. Can you find something worth holding on to even here? Can you extract value from this? Can you grow in this place where most people only shrink? That answer changes everything. Every great man who ever walked this earth suffered, not despite their greatness, because of it. The suffering was the school, the adversity was the curriculum, and the men who became legends were not the men who avoided the hard seasons. They were the men who went through them and refused to come out the same way they went in. One of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century was stripped of everything, his family taken, his freedom gone, his body reduced to near nothing, held inside the walls of a Nazi concentration camp with no guarantee of survival. And from that darkness, he extracted one of the most powerful truths ever recorded. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Not a bad week, not a difficult year, absolute hell, and still, he found the one thing no external force could reach. His response, his meaning, his choice. If that man could find gratitude and purpose in that place, what is your excuse? Suffering is not the enemy of success. Comfort is. The man who has never been tested does not know what he is made of. He has theories about himself, ideas about who he would be under pressure, but he is never actually found out. And that uncertainty is a quiet poison. It sits in the back of every decision, every bold move, every moment that requires real courage. The untested man hesitates because somewhere inside him, he is not sure he can handle what might come. But the man who has suffered, who has gone through the thing he was most afraid of and survived it, that man is free. He carries a knowledge that cannot be taught, cannot be bought, and cannot be inherited. He knows himself, and that knowing is the foundation of everything else. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. The scars are not the damage. The scars are the proof. They are evidence of battles entered, endured, and survived. Wear them accordingly. Marcus Aurelius sat on the throne of the most powerful empire on earth and still suffered. He faced plague, military betrayal, the death of children, political treachery, and he wrote to himself, not for the world, but for himself, as a private reminder to stay grounded when the weight became unbearable. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is not in your way. The obstacle is the way." This is not wordplay. This is not philosophy for philosophy's sake. This is an operational truth. Every problem placed in your path contains within it the exact lesson, the exact strength, the exact character development that your next level requires. The universe is not being cruel when it sends difficulty. It is being precise. It is sending you exactly what you need to become exactly who you are meant to be. The only question is whether you receive it as an enemy or as instruction. Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. That is the gratitude test in its purest form. Not make the bad things go away, but can you accept what is, extract what it has to give you, and move forward without the weight of resistance to what is cost you enormous energy that could be directed toward growth, toward building, toward becoming. Most people spend their hardest seasons fighting the reality of their situation rather than working within it. They argue with the thing that has already happened. They negotiate with a past that will not change. Let it be what it is, then decide what to do next. That is where your power actually lives. Prayer is the act of bringing your broken pieces to something greater than yourself and trusting that they can be made whole. The greatest men of history, conquerors, builders, thinkers, warriors, most of them prayed, not because they were weak, because they were wise enough to understand that their own strength, however formidable, had a ceiling, and that the ceiling could be raised through alignment with something beyond the self. When you are in the fire, pray, not for the fire to stop. Pray for what the fire is supposed to produce in you. Pray for the clarity to see what this season is building. Pray for the endurance to stay in the heat long enough to come out refined. Gold does not become gold without the furnace. It enters the process as raw ore. It exits as something that holds its value across centuries. You are in the furnace right now. The question is not why is this happening? The question is, what am I becoming? Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But here is the part that quote does not spell out. The belief is often forged in the fire of the thing you nearly didn't survive. The man who builds unshakable belief does not find it on a good day. He finds it on the worst day, when he is face down and everything in him says stop, and he doesn't stop. That moment, that exact moment, is when belief becomes permanent. You cannot buy that. You cannot shortcut that. You can only earn it by going through the thing. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Will is not something you are born with at full capacity. It is trained. And it is trained specifically by the moments in which you choose to continue when every rational argument says quit. Each one of those moments deposits something into your character that no comfortable day ever could. Alexander stood before armies that outnumbered him. He crossed terrain that military doctrine said was uncrossable. He looked at obstacles that had stopped every man before him, and he treated them as the road, not as the wall. He said, "I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion." The adversity in your life is the lion that is trying to make you a lion. It is not attacking you. It is testing you. It is selecting for the version of you that is strong enough to lead, strong enough to build, strong enough to stand when everything around you is falling. Most people run from that test. They sedate it with distraction, with comfort, with avoidance. They make the problem smaller in their mind by refusing to look at it directly. Look at it, face it completely, feel the full weight of it, and then decide who you are going to be inside of it. That decision is the most important decision of your life, not the business you start, not the relationship you choose, who you decide to be when life hits you at full force. That is the decision that determines everything else. The body knows this truth before the mind accepts it. When you train to failure, when the muscle is completely spent, when the rep is impossible, that is when growth is triggered. Not during the comfortable sets, not during the warm-up. at the point of absolute limit. Life operates by the same biology. The growth comes at the point of limit. The expansion happens at the edge of what you thought you could handle. And every time you survive a thing you thought would break you, your ceiling rises, your capacity expands, your understanding of what you are capable of deepens. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The strength is already inside you. The adversity is simply the instrument used to draw it out. Without the resistance, it stays buried. Without the test, the gratitude has nothing to attach to. So be grateful for the test. Not in spite of what it costs you, because of it. Because the cost is the price of the version of yourself that is waiting on the other side. When you reach the place you are going, and you will reach it, you will look back at the seasons that hurt the most and understand. You will see the connections. You will trace the line from the hardest moment to the most important lesson, to the growth that made the next level possible. And in that looking back, you will feel something unexpected. Gratitude. Real, deep, earned gratitude. Not for the easy days, but for the hard ones. For the losses that redirected you. For the failures that refined you. For the suffering that forged the strength you now carry without thinking about it. The men who became legends suffered and called it school. The men who stayed ordinary suffered and called it punishment. Same pain. Completely different interpretation. Completely different outcome. You get to choose the interpretation. Right now, in this moment. Whatever you are going through, you get to choose what it means. Choose accordingly. Pray through it. Train through it. Think through it. Build through it. And be grateful, because it means you are being prepared for something that requires everything you are becoming.